Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Monday, the 24th of July. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks for joining us this morning. We hope that each and every one of you had a fun and relaxing weekend. Here's what we have coming up today. We are hearing how one family is using their heartache and their grief to bring attention to the importance of organ donation and also raising awareness about mental health. The second annual Livin for Lane golf tournament will be taking place this weekend here at Greystone Golf Course in Dickson. And that is where you will find Lane Garrett's mother, Beth Garrett, and his sister, family, and friends, again, sharing Lane's story and letting his legacy live on. But again, we have a very important topic, two topics coming up, one being organ donation and one being mental health. So stick with us and hear this family's story. But first, let's get a check of our headlines.
After 35 years, the remains of this woman have been positively identified as Michelle Inman from Nashville. Inman was 23 at the time of her death. Now special agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation are asking for the public's assistance in determining who killed her. Get more information by going to mainstreetmediatn.com. Covenant School Families have now developed two nonprofits in an effort to reduce gun violence. Covenant Families for Brighter Tomorrows aims to provide education around the impact and prevention of school shootings and to improve mental health support. Covenant Families Action Fund will attempt to drive meaningful legislative change to ensure the safety of students and staff at schools. We have more on the nonprofits on our website, mainstreetmediatn.com. What you see here is just a small glimpse at what you will find at the Here We Are Now collaborative exhibit at the Todd Art Gallery on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Artwork is from local, regional, and national artists. It is free to experience, and you can catch the exhibit through August 19th. For gallery hours, visit our website, mainstreetmediatn.com, and click on Murfreesboro Post. Let's get a check of our forecast this week by turning over to the ladies and gentlemen at Tennessee Valley Weather.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather today.
Hey folks, Ben Looney here with you in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, wishing you a fantastic day as you check out your forecast update for the mid-state region. As we head through today, the majority of the area is going to stay dry. Now, there's a little bit of a complex that's going to fire off up toward the Paducah area in that southwestern portion of Kentucky, the Purchased area. As we head into the midday and afternoon, some of that moisture is going to try to find its way into the area, but we've had kind of a dome of dry air over us for the weekend, and we're still going to enjoy the benefit from that at least through today before things start to change up on us a smidge as we look ahead through the remainder of the work week. Here's your 7-day forecast. Notice temperatures rising quite a bit as we head through tomorrow. Back in the 90s for sure for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now more moisture is going to build in across the area for the latter part of the week, and that might drive a pop-up shower or two, but man, rain chances few and far between on this forecast. Unfortunately, maybe a little bit more as we look ahead into the weekend per se, but at least through the work week, hot and dry. The humidity will be firing back up with the moisture content of the atmosphere. So dew points for the midweek through the weekend actually fairly high in the 70s. So the muggy meter is going to be going off for the latter half of the work week, and heat indices likely to again be in the triple digits. So when you look at 91 and think, oh, well, it's 90 degrees, no, it's not. Unfortunately, it's going to be feeling a little warmer than that as we look ahead to Wednesday through Friday. Until that point, get out and enjoy it today. Not half bad, still warm. It is summertime after all, but still 88 with a heat index likely of around 90 to 91 this afternoon. That's a quick check on your forecast. Thank you for stopping by Tennessee Valley Weather. I'll leave you with a final look at the 7-day. Here's hoping you have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Did you know that up to 80% of us will experience back or neck pain during our lifetime? Many of you are offered surgery or addictive pain pills to relieve your chronic pain. At the Dr. Gill's Center for Back, Neck, Chronic Pain Relief, we have been leading the way to better health, naturally, and have helped tens of thousands of people right here in Middle Tennessee for the past 30 years.
I came to Dr. Gill about 10 years ago after my local doctors recommended surgery. I knew about Dr. Gill and wanted to see if he could help me. 10 years later, I am pain-free, no surgery, and no pain pills.
Surgery is scary, and over 40% of all back surgeries fail, creating a cycle of surgery and pills. There is a safer solution to your chronic pain. Make the call to the Dr. Gill Center for Back, Neck, Chronic Pain Relief today and get your life back. This office visit is normally $299, but call today and receive your initial consultation, report of finding for just $49. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Call 615-768-8743. That's 615-768-8743.
Organ donations can be a second chance for those who need it. Coming up this Friday is the second annual Livin for Lane Memorial Golf Tournament. This is all for Lane Garrett, and today we talked to his mom and his sister. I have Beth Garrett and Annie Garrett with me. Thank you both for giving me your time.
Thank you for having us.
What is the Livin for Lane Golf Tournament?
So the Livin for Lane Golf Tournament is our way to remember and honor my son, Annie's brother, Lane, who left us on February 24th, 2022. And Greystone Golf was our life. He grew up playing golf. Ben Walcott, who we hoped would be with us, but he's out on the course, was his lifelong golf partner and friend, and it was his brainchild, really, as a way to honor Lane and just keep his memory alive and to honor his legacy of organ donation.
Well, and that's a huge thing to do, to be an organ donor.
Right. Lane, organ donation was something we talked about as a family many times throughout life. And he wasn't an organ donor in the moment of losing him. It was really impactful and hopeful to us. Annie she speaks beautifully on that. Actually, Annie now is with Tennessee Donor Services because of that impact. Annie's a nurse and is now with Tennessee Donor Services. And it's just a way to bring attention to organ donation and how important it is. A statistic we learned that night that we never thought about was that less than 2% of people, even the tiny percentage of people who register as donors, less than 2% of those people can actually donate because we just don't die healthy. And so if you're on the opposite side of that, praying for a miracle, those are not great odds.
Yeah.
Of all the interviews I've ever done, I've never heard that.
Yeah. We didn't know that either. And so this is just to bring awareness. We try to at the tournament, we have materials. Donate Life and Tennessee Donor Services are here. They have teams playing. We have materials so that people just can educate themselves. They actually can register people here on site the day of the tournament. And we donate funds to Tennessee Donor Services.
And Annie, for you, losing your brother, did this kind of change the trajectory of your life?
Absolutely. So he passed away 2 weeks before I started as a nurse in the ICU. And I would have never guessed that I'd be working for Tennessee Donor Services. That was not the plan. It kind of just fell into my lap after the year that we had. And I thought on it really, really hard, almost didn't take the job. And then I took it and I love it. And I feel like I have a passion for it that I didn't even know I had until I had the connection to donation. And I am really able to help families that I can see my mom in or I can see myself in. And I get to connect with those families. I get to take care of their loved ones. And then on the other side of donation, there's 8 lives that can be saved. and it's a pretty awesome job. So,
and she is involved in matching the donors and even going into the OR with the donations. So
we see it all the way through.
Yes.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Share with me about the 8 lives that can be saved.
Yeah, so each organ, especially in a healthy donor, so heart, liver, lungs, both lungs, and both kidneys, and the pancreas can go as well, and so can the intestines. Those are a little harder. You gotta be really healthy and really young, but we get them placed every day almost. Tennessee Donor Services is a great organization. They work really, really hard to save lives. Every organ in a healthy donor can be heart, both lungs, liver, both kidneys, pancreas, and intestine. Some organs are harder to place than others. You just have to be really healthy, and sometimes younger. It's just a part of life. As we get older, you get more unhealthy.
Out of your they get used a lot more.
So those are the 8 organs that can go. And then aside from organs, you can be a tissue donor and save up to 75 lives, which is also just incredible. And that number alone blows my mind every day. So Tennessee Donor Services works so hard. We are working every single day on donors in all throughout the Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Tri-Cities area. So.
That's incredible. And both of you, you know Lane better than anyone else. What would he say knowing that with his loss, the lives that were saved?
He would
love it. He would love it. Every person he saw in need, he would help and stop and help them. He would help, as Annie always says, anybody. He loved, to help people, animals. I mean, he liked to be of help. He felt that he could help anybody, and he did usually. And Annie said this so eloquently in a talk she gave actually on the flag raising day.
For Tennessee Donor Services does at all hospital campuses in the state. We do a flag raising ceremony. It's coordinated with the hospital, and it's in Donate Life Month, which is April. And so we were invited to speak at St. Thomas West, which is not where my brother was a donor, but they needed a speaker, and they knew that I was
we
right
were a
here.
donor family.
So they had a recipient speak and 2 donor families. And so I spoke about Lane and about donation at that flag raising ceremony.
And the point you made about the worst moment of our lives.
Yeah. It's just something that we've learned about donation. It's like a bittersweet thing. Is the one family's biggest nightmare is another family's biggest miracle that they've been praying for. And so for a donor to be that miracle is so moving and so touching.
And for the family,
it gives light. Yeah,
it does. It's a light in that moment of real darkness.
Yeah.
I know this next question is not going to be the easiest to answer. How was Lane lost?
Another good talking point. We lost Lane to suicide. He was 26. He was just weeks shy of his 27th birthday. He was highly intelligent, very successful at everything he had ever done. Fun and funny, just crazy smart. And to look at him, you would think he had the world by the tail. And, people talk about suicide and they say, check on your strong friends. But that's a real important thing to know, because it had never crossed my mind that he had ever thought of it. I know that's not completely true for Annie, but didn't see this coming. We did not.
I think we all just have our, it was always just me, my mom, and my brother. And so me and my brother were ultra close, best friends. And so we just shared every part of our lives, and we've shared the same experiences. And, everyone has a story. And our story we've had a lot happen in our lives, a lot of things that can cause, some mental health issues, some anxiety, some depression. And so
including
I knew he struggled.
issues, yes.
I knew he struggled with that, but never did it occur to me that, it was something so deep.
Right.
That we wouldn't have him here with us. So it's like she said, that everyone says check on your strong friends, but it's so true because no one knew.
No. And I've come to, soul searching, reading, trying to heal myself, and the what ifs of a mother, why didn't I see it? Why didn't I know? One thing that I've come to know is, some people struggle in life visibly. Some people have very visible struggles, socializing and being happy, and you know who those people are. Some people don't struggle as visibly, and some very at-risk people don't struggle as visibly. So that's why it's really, you have to be in tune with your people. And we were so close, the three of us, but we weren't in tune with that. And he didn't mean us to be. Right. We know that. But, looking back, if I could change something, recognizing things would be what I would change.
I know that's incredibly hard to share. How do you share that part in addition to the organ donation part? Because both are incredibly important topics and kind of the topic of conversation for a lot, this day and age.
So,
go ahead.
I can speak a little to this in my world where I am doing organ donation every day. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, a good chunk of donors are lost to suicide. Because those are your young, your healthy donors. And so I see these families that I see my mom in and I see me in. And I think back to that night of us at the hospital, and I have a way to connect with them and to say, I actually know how you're feeling, and I know it's earth-shattering, but your loved one is such a hero right now. And that's the way that that's the way we've gotten through it, really, is the light that donation brings and the way that plays into who Lane was as a person. And to be able to connect with those families every day through that, it almost helps the grieving process, but it also helps people see the good that is donation and that can come of it, along with connecting us through that awful thing that is suicide, being affected by suicide and organ donation. So.
But it's also an awesome way to have your loved one, and it's hard to see this in that moment, but in the aftermath, seeing your loved one go on to live in others is important because it's hopeful. And I will say, on the hero subject, Tennessee Donor Services does an amazing job of really making them a hero. We have the flag, Lane's flag, that was draped over his legs when he rolled him into surgery. We have a medal. Every recipient and every recipient of the organs and every donor gets the medal. And it is a piece of art that was created by a recipient. Yes. Very, very meaningful. It means so much to us, I can't even tell you. And we fly Lane's flag at the tournament.
If you would like information on how to participate in the second annual Livin for Lane Memorial Golf Tournament, please reach out to Greystone Golf Club in Dickson. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Y'all, I'm serious right now. They have a dragon here. I saw it. Get out of here. Come on, I'll show you. Wait up. Whoa! I told you so. That is a dragon.
Welcome back. So, in the South, we love our fried chicken, and it can be done in a number of ways. If you want to step outside the box, there's a place called SS Guy to tell us all about it, because she's been there already. It's Catherine Mayhew with our Let's Eat segment. She finds all the best spots. Okay, tell us about their chicken.
Their chicken is fantastic, and I think their story is just as good. I think it's Emma and Chris Baird, young couple. They spent their honeymoon in Thailand and ate this on the street. It's a street food. And when they came back, they missed it so much that he's a chef by training. They started making it for their friends. And all their friends said, you need to sell this. So they did. They opened up SS Guy. It's at the Wash. And the name Guy means chicken in Thai.
Okay.
And SS is a saying that they have in Thailand, same, which means same but different. And their motto is chicken that hits different, and it does. So the fried version is that kind of Korean Thai, super crispy, double fried, really thin coating, juicy interior. So already you're winning. And then they serve it, the way they serve it is with sticky rice, which is just what you would think it is, herbs and lettuces and other greens, and a chili vinegar sauce and a tamarind chili fish sauce. And I forgot about the fried shallots. Stop the bus. Fried shallots, they're so good. And they're showered all over this chicken. So you take a piece of chicken, like literally take it off the bone, make a little wrapper with the lettuce or whatever greens. Put the chicken on, put the sticky rice on, make sure you have a lot of shallots on there. Then there's herbs like mint and basil, and you put some of that in your little package, and you wrap it up and you dip it in one of the sauces. And it's unbelievable.
It looks unbelievable.
Of the salty and the sweet and the crunchy.
I can just imagine. And now I know people out there who are watching like, oh, Stefanie's rude. She's on her phone. I'm looking at a picture because I know you guys can see it when it's popping up. I can't. So I have the picture of this fried chicken right here, and you can see the shallots. It just looks delicious. But you also have the smoked chicken. You tried that as well. What was that like?
I did. And he does it in a really unusual way. In the South, when we think of smoked meats, it's something that's smoked low and slow for a long time. Very, very smoky taste. Well, he very lightly smokes this in a smoker out behind the Wash. And then he brings it in, and everybody who smoked chicken knows that the skin ends up being kind of rubbery. But he takes it in and he puts it on the grill to crisp up the skin. So you get the really beautiful, slightly smoky interior, the crispy skin. I would happily just eat that all on its own. But when you put all those other things together with it, it's just, I'm so happy they're here. And I told Emma when I went to get my first order, I said, how did you decide to do this? Because it's so niche, it's so unusual. And that's all they do. They do, you could call it a curated menu. They have a few salads on the side, a papaya salad, I think, and a butternut squash. Pounded, meaning they put it in a mortar and a pestle. And I think they have a spicy peanut. But by and large, what you're going there for is the chicken.
Now, do they have different sauces, or is it the sauce that they use? That's what you get. And then do they have side items?
You just get the chili vinegar and the tamarind. And tamarind is an unusual flavor. It's used a lot in Thailand. If you've ever had pad thai, it's what gives pad thai that flavor that you go, what is that? It's tamarind. So tamarind is one of the most delicious flavors ever. And the Thai people know how to do it. You can also get it if you can order either chicken risky. And I did not do that. Risky means you're going to spice it up.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've ever had native Thai spiced food, you have to really want it badly because it'll blow the top of your head off. It's spicy.
I'd have to try that just once.
That's why they call it risky. You can order it risky.
I love it. I love it. Now, I know you talked with the owners there, those who opened up this restaurant. Have they been surprised with just, I guess, the support and love and the popularity of their chicken?
You know, I wouldn't say they're surprised by it because they did a lot of research into this. They actually returned to Thailand a year or so ago just to make sure they had all the flavors right, which I very much appreciate because, you know, sometimes when you eat a food of another country, you wonder, well, if I lived there, would it taste like this?
Right.
And I'm pretty confident that the SS Guy chicken would actually taste like it in Thailand. So the great thing, let me back up for a second. The great thing about the wash, it used to be a car wash and they converted it into all the car wash bays are now, in essence, pop-up restaurants. It's a great incubator for people who want to sell a particular kind of food, to try it out, and sort of get their feet wet without having to commit to either a food truck or a real brick and mortar. And all the seating's outdoors, so
nice.
Be mindful of that. If it's pouring down rain, you might not want to venture out. But it's a great place to just try a bunch of different foods from people who are really passionate about what they're doing and have really perfected that one niche that they're in.
I'm sure more and more people will be heading on out there to SS Guy to give it a try. Where is it located once more?
I'm sorry, what?
Where is it located?
It's in the Wash, which is in East Nashville.
Oh, okay.
It's right down, if you know where Tower Deli is, it's almost the next block over from Tower Deli.
Okay.
And parking is challenging. I will say that. Parking is challenging, so, you know, be patient. You'll find a spot.
Got it. Oh, Catherine, thank you so much. I cannot wait to try this chicken out. The shallots especially.
You know, I could just eat a bucket full of the shallots and nothing else.
Agreed. Well, until the next time, we can't wait to see what you have in store for us next.
All right. Well, take care.
Yes, ma'am. See you soon. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We're not going anywhere just yet. We'll be right back.
Sparks will fly and smoke will roll at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway as America's favorite short track roars back to life Saturday, July 29th with the return of high-speed, non-wing open-wheel sprint cars for the first time in almost 20 years. The Pro Door Manufacturing 40 joining the 500 Sprint Car Tour will be the Jake Sari All-Stars Tour presented by Chevrolet Performance. Plus, all 6 local quarter-mile divisions. Get your tickets for the return of high-octane racing action at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.Racing.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Well, thanks so much for joining us here on Mornings on Main Street on this Monday. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. And remember, it's always a good day to have a good day.